Sol, thank you for your time. Is making history important to you?
Yeah, it's very important for me because the unification, all the titles is history for me because very few fighters accomplish these things. So for me, it's, make history is the most important in my career.
And is it important to you that you're making history against a man who is unbeaten and a champion?
Yeah, all the time. When the fighter is undefeated, champion, is better. It's better than in my archive. Is better.
So even though you are so young, 31, how do you get the motivation? So many years you've been fighting.
I love boxing. I love this. This is my life. Boxing is part of my life. I don't take boxing like, oh, it's my job and I need to train or I need to training camp for the fight and boring. No, for me, I just enjoy my life. I enjoy boxing because it's part of my life. It's part of my routine.
So if you are between fights, so you may be on holiday, do you still shadow box?
I love train. If I don't have a fight in front, I don't care. I always train. Not that hard, but I train.
It's been so many years since you turned professional. Do you have any films of when you were 15, 16?
Yeah, I have a lot of them, but the years pass so fast. I just remember when I enter pro, and it's just like yesterday.
Because some of those venues were small venues where you were fighting.
Mm-hmm. I don't care what venues I fight when I was young. I love fight. So being there in the fight, being a pro fighter, for me is that like, oh, this is what I want. This is my life. This is what I want to be in my life. And I don't start boxing because I want money or something, because I just love this.
And at what age did you think, I can become a champion? All the time, or when you got to 20, 18?
No, when I was 15 years old, we have a champion in the gym, was Chololo Larios, Oscar Larios, and I saw him and I always dream about it and say, hey, I want to be like him, I want to be a champion, I want somebody train me like trade him. So what I need to be a champion. So that's the mentality I have when I went in the gym when I saw Cholo Larios, and I always say, I'm gonna be a champion. I'm gonna be a champion.
And did Larios have nice clothes, nice cars?
Cars.
Things you wanted?
Cars, and I say, oh wait, I want this, and that's motivate myself.
Many years ago, at one of your fights, I remember talking to you maybe 10 years ago, and I asked you, what is it like being a world champion? And you said, I can buy any trainers I like.
Yeah. Yeah, no, when I started this, or when I was born, I have nothing. And it's nice to have something, and for me, I'm proud of myself, of my team, because we come from nothing.
You come from nothing, I appreciate that. But so does Caleb Plant. What do you think about Caleb Plant?
He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter, very good fighter. He's undefeated. He's a champion for a reason, right? He's a good fighter, with the skill. So, but it's nothing new for me. I fought with all the styles, with all the fighters, great fighters. So it's nothing new for me.
There are many great fighters in your career, but I think this one is personal. Is that fair to say?
I feel like more personal because I never involved in this kind of things. Like,
yes.
And well, for every action is a reaction,
Another
right?
reaction.
So it's a little more personal for me. But I'm gonna take that for my advantage. So I'm very strong. I have a very strong mind. So.
Were you surprised at how personal he got and how angry he got? Did it surprise you, Saul?
I just don't know what he come with that attitude, but at the same time, I don't care. So I don't care. I just want to be there November 6th and show him he's in other level. He's going to feel something different.
Now, if I look at all of your great fights over the last 10 years, and I have a favorite, maybe one favorite, maybe two favorites. I like Kovalev win, great win. I like the win against Kirkland. What about you? Which one do you like most, Sol?
I had a lot of good
know.
fights, but I love Coro fight, the Coro fight, and Golovkin fight was good.
Do you watch your fights at home with your children?
No, not really. No, I don't watch fights in particular. I just enjoy fighting, and that's it.
Away from boxing, if you want to switch off, turn off, and relax, what do you do?
Golf.
Are you any good?
So. I started 2 years ago, and I am handicap 9, 10.
Wow.
So
that's
I'm
good.
pretty good.
That's very
That's
good for
pretty
2
good,
years.
yeah.
And who do you play with? Good players, professionals, or friends?
Good players, professional players, bad players. I just play. I just love to play.
Do you pick your golfing partners like you pick your sparring partners?
No.
You pick good guys.
I always like to play with really good golfers because I learn from that. So I like to play with good golfers.
So, in the week of a fight, like now, do you get more anxious, more nervous, or do you get more relaxed?
No, same, like always. Like I say, this is part of my life.
Did you used to get nervous when you were younger, when you were 15, 16,
Never.
17?
Never in my life.
What is in your veins? What is it?
I don't know. I have a good blood. But I never scared or anything.
Now, I read somewhere that you talked about fighting for 5 or 6 more years. Is that still true?
7.
7?
Yeah.
You still want to do?
We don't know. You know, the body is gonna tell you when is the right time. But for me, 7 years, I think is enough. But you never know, right? Because when you say that and the time is almost there, you're gonna miss boxing. You're gonna miss everything. So we don't know.
And one final boxing question. How heavy can you go? Can you go to cruiserweight? Can you go back to light heavyweight?
No, it's hard.
It's
hard. But I can do it, for sure. I'm strong. I have the ability to fight with them. I can do it, but my weight, no. Like 180, 185 is the max.
So, if I can ask you one question, if I can take you back in history and ask you to fight anybody at the Azteca Stadium, who would you have in the opposite corner? Anybody in history, who would you have in a fantasy fight?
Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard,
Really?
Roberto Duran, yeah.
That's amazing, because earlier I was going to ask you about Hagler, because I think you and Hagler, 143,000 people in the Azteca.
I will love. But
One day.
one day, fantasy fight.